highest rated divorce is between kind of 45 and 55, which is crazy. The two highest age groups for suicide for women
Yeah.
is between 44 and 55.
It's actually increasing and it's really scary. It's purely because of what we're going through and we're not being validated, we're not being heard. I think validating each other's emotions and thinking, really letting each other know that you still love each other. You're still the same person, but you're struggling. You're struggling and you need their support.
So talk to me about obviously what Adam would have been seeing and what you're feeling. So Adam would have been seeing a lot of signs,
Yeah.
and you would have obviously been feeling a lot of symptoms internally. What was Adam seeing, and what were you feeling?
So he started seeing my mood changes, a lot of fatigue, skin rashes. He's like, this isn't normal in you. There's got to be something else. He started seeing, low libido. We're very open with all this kind of information. I wasn't very active within the family, was feeling rather depressed. I wasn't really available for the children and him, and really emotional. And he was just like, something's not right, something's wrong. And at the beginning, I lost a lot of weight. I couldn't keep food down. And if I go back to my memories with my mum, that's exactly what happened to her. She went from being a vibrant woman, very community, in the community, doing everything. Like, I remember my mum never sat down. To then all of a sudden she was in bed, she lost like 10, 20 kilos, could barely keep water down. That pretty much was happening to me. So I was feeling all the symptoms, but Adam was seeing this and it was red flags for him. Something's wrong with my wife. I need to do something about it. So for him, it was really emotional as well, because as a man, he wants to help, he wants to fix it, and he couldn't fix it. So we did go through counseling as well. We found that that was really important for us because it gave us the space to talk freely with someone in the middle to help us both understand. And we found that that was so powerful for us, because you could do it in the lounge and over dinner, but when you don't, if you can't both see each other's sides, then you need that extra support. So we found that having someone that was experienced in connecting couples, it was so powerful. And I felt validated. He felt validated because obviously with what I was going through, it was affecting him.
So if you could sum it up in one conversation that, a husband and wife or partners need to have during perimenopause or menopause, what would that conversation be?
I think a conversation, validating each other's emotions. That's the biggest thing. Validating that this is how you feel when you respond to this, and so on. I think validating each other's emotions and thinking, and I think, really just letting each other know that you still love each other. You're still the same person, but you're struggling. You're struggling and you need their support.
Yeah. When I speak to a lot of men in that kind of middle age group, which I'm in as well, and it's interesting because we have conversations, and I think there's a lot of themes that come up. It's like, oh, why are we fighting about small, like kind of everyday things? And it's like it's like we're nitpicking, and we're kind of almost there's this friction, and there's obviously a lot of this. A lot of these things are having obviously a huge impact on relationships. As you say,
Yeah.
divorces, the highest rated divorce is between kind of
Mm,
45 and 55, which is crazy. The other
yeah.
statistic as well is that, the two highest age groups for suicide for women
Yeah.
is between 44 and 55.
Yep, you're correct. And that, I did forget to bring that point up. It's actually increasing, and it's really scary. And it's purely because of what we're going through, and we're not being validated, we're not being heard. I find as women, as long if you can't fix it, as long as you can hear her validate that it's not in her head, it's really happening, and that there is support, and we'll find it, or we'll do it together. If you're in a marriage or in a part, as couples, it's a starting point, right? And we are seeing a lot of suicides, and they're very quiet. There's not so much on the news about it, but yeah, it's increasing, which is quite scary. And I think that's why it's so important to talk about this, because if a woman feels like no one's listening to her and that it's all in her head, then she goes down a dark hole.
Yeah, it from a mental health perspective, it's interesting. Women are feeling um, emotions and feelings, men are feeling
Mm.
emotions and feelings at different points in their life as well, and then both are impacting as well. So it's kind of like almost a double whammy effect as
Yeah.
well. That's what's happening out there in the community.
It is, and that's where I go back to the counseling or psychology, those couple sessions, even though there may not be obvious factors of why you need to go to counseling. I think every year just touching base with a counselor and just talking to someone and just really having that sounding board. And if there is an issue, you can go through it in a safe space. There's sometimes even talking to each other, you just may not get anywhere. Adam and I have a really good open conversation relationship wise. We're very like if we feel like we're not handling something well, we're very open about it. We talk about it, but not everyone's like that, and you need that support. But we still go to counselling every year. We do a few weeks and then we touch base and see how we go. I think it's really healthy. So when it comes to perimenopause and menopause, I highly recommend a lot of women to receive some mental health support. Doesn't have to be a psychologist, it could be a counselor, it could be a wellness coach. It really just has to fit for you. Just to have that sounding board and to just go through the emotions in a safe space.
Yeah. So for women listening to this, having struggles in their relationships with their emotions, their feelings, what's your biggest advice to them?
Well, going through the stages of menopause, I guess, I just say to women, make sure you stop, listen to your body, listen to your heart, listen to your soul, go get checked. Just look at it as a holistic approach to your health and definitely find a clinic or a support group that can help you through this journey. I'm not saying everyone come to Liberty as much as I'd love to have as many women come through. If you're in Perth or Sydney, find a group that can support you through this journey and make sure you're open about it and discuss what you're going through because it's not just in your head.
Yeah. And I think one of the key things as well, I speak about it from a mental health perspective, is the first step is the GP, but the
Yeah.
GP isn't the person that's going to be able to help you through it all. They don't have all the different parts of the recipe, I suppose, to help you through that journey.
Yep, they are the starting point, and now GPs. I'm not sure about Australia wide, but I know here in Queensland, GPs now have I think they have 20 minutes where they can discuss and start the topic about menopause. If there is a woman that's coming through that wants to explore and see if that's what's happening, so they are the starting point, and then you have clinics like Liberty that have specialists and allied health professionals that can continue on with the journey. And again, still touching base with your GP, 'cause it's always important to go back to them.
Yeah. Now, from a support and an awareness perspective, men listening to this that have got partners and wives in that middle age that are going through, they're noticing a lot of those signs that Adam would have been noticing in you. How do they start the conversation? How do they approach that subject? Because there's probably a bit of fear around that.
Yeah, there is, because you don't know if you're going to be punched in the face. It can be, you can get her angry. I guess everyone's different. If I put myself in that space, I was pretty upset because I thought, am I getting old? And it's not what I want to talk about. But obviously now day and age, I think women are quite open to discussing this. But for men, I think I think to be really vulnerable, be vulnerable about it. Just find a time where she's calm and just have the discussion. Hey, is there something going on that you want to talk about? Are you feeling okay? Is there anything that I can help you with? And I think having those kind of conversations where you're both meeting each other at the same level and again, just just ask and see, where do you need me to help you? And women tend to just go, yep, I'm feeling this. I don't like when you do this. I don't like when you do that. Okay, well, yeah, that's fine. What could I do to make a change? Is there anything else that you want to talk about? And just start the conversation like that. Some women are pretty open and they just go straight to it. Oh, I think I'm feeling this and that. I'm getting these symptoms, and that's an open door for you to go. Oh, did you want to go to the GP and start discussing and see where you can receive that support so you can feel better? Um, so with that, that's what we went through. And for me, exercise is a big thing. Exercise is usually my stress reliever. If I get a run, lift weights, go boxing, it's like, wow, you've just lifted a massive heaviness off me. So Adam knew very well that he needed to respect that, which meant early morning, Emma's waking up, I need to look after the kids. And feeling that he validated that would help me with my symptoms and my mental health, that meant a lot.